Hey guys, welcome back to my channel.
Not my channel.
I have brought Jonathan, my husband, along for the ride. We haven't done one of these in ages on my channel.
Yeah, we do them at the end of SJs all the time. So it feels like it's the end of... Thanks for watching, guys.
No, but on my channel, I think we did like a couples cute... We've done a few couples
We have actually, yeah. Back in the day though.
But yeah, not in like years. So I thought I would have Jonathan on. He has kindly dedicated some time to me because... if you guys have kids or just...
if you're alive.
know anything about just daily life with full-time jobs and kids, you'll know that it's really hard to find time.
But sometimes you find the time, lads.
No, but I've literally been trying to get him to do
You have actually for a couple of weeks actually.
And he just doesn't have time. It's like, and I don't have time, and then it's, yeah, it never happens. So
what's happening now?
We're doing this in 2019. We're doing a couples video on my channel, okay? So I put the question up on Insta stories, so I'm gonna just go through them now. Here's one from Ileana's Life. It said, would you ever renew your vows? Have we answered this before?
No. Well, I don't know. I don't think you've ever answered it on camera or anything.
Okay, you answer first and then I'll answer.
No, oh my god, what if we do 1, 2, 3?
Okay, 1, 2, 3. No.
Yes.
Oh!
I love a good party.
So why?
Yeah.
I thought we decided no.
Well, I don't think I would do it like now. I think
no.
That's what I mean. Like, would you ever renew your vows? Yeah, I think so. I think it might be nice for the children to come to our wedding.
I just feel like the wedding is...
No, that was our personal wedding. Right? But how cool would it be? No, listen to me.
Our public wedding.
No, it was public too. But how cool would it be for Amelia, Eduardo, Leslie and Andrea to come to their parents' renewing of their vows as like, not even like a white dress and a part, just
There's nothing wrong with it, and I don't want it to come across this way that like I'm bashing people that do it, because everyone is different. But I kind of feel like that is, not that it's over, but like that we had our wedding, and
but that's what I mean, and now we have children are our most important thing, 100% the kids.
Yeah, and I feel
but
like,
I mean at the end of kids.
Why should we make it all about us again when we already had our time? Do you know what I mean?
Because it will be about us again.
I see your point.
When I'm not talking about the next 5 years, I'm talking about like in 20 years.
I see your point.
I feel but imagine like all of our children with their couples, like, you know what I mean, they might be all in their like late teens or early 20s, and then we have this.
Already married.
I know, but yeah, but I don't think you realize till you get married that like the fact that you stay married is it's an achievement. Yeah.
No, I see both sides. I feel for me though, I'm just like, I don't know,
well,
right now I don't think there's any point to it.
You may be contradicting yourself.
Maybe
I'll be cutting this into an episode.
Maybe. Do you guys have parents-in-law problems? Because I just can't get along. I just can't get along with my mother-in-law. That's all.
Start it again so you can edit it out.
No.
Is it? What?
No. Come on.
I'm allergic to my in-laws.
In-laws problems. 1, 2, 3.
No. No, I don't think so.
No, I think both of us are really laid back and chill, and like we just don't.
Our two family structures are so different.
Very different.
My mom and dad, and my mom's boyfriend and my dad's wife versus your mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I was with you when it was mom and dad, you know, and I just feel like what I do for your family and what you do for my family are both like so different. So I just think that like, no, we've never really had any like, oh, I hate my mom-in-law or hate my dad-in-law.
No, we're just like not that dramatic, and like not, I feel like we'll
have to get Breed and Margaret here.
Yeah.
And ask them.
I feel like we're both just really easygoing people and like easy to get along with, and so is your family and my family. Like no one has drama in our families, so it's really like just never been, I don't know, it's never been like an issue. And I feel like
I've had girlfriends that my mom hated.
Really?
My mom's thrown out of the house and barred from the house and stuff like that. Yeah.
Your mom's like we've always had a good relationship.
We've had boyfriends
my mom and you have always had a good relationship. Even before, like.
But we were grown-ups.
Yeah, but even before my dad really accepted you, my mom always had a good relationship with you.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he thought it was just some fling, getting it out of your system.
Because I remember him saying that to me. I remember him saying like, oh, I see that like, you know, Jonathan and Margaret have a good relationship, and like, I see that she really likes him. Like, he was kind of watching from like a distance a little bit, and then he kind of got more comfortable with you, and then he really
One time I made him laugh and clap. I remember that. He's like, oh, in the kitchen.
Like you, and you're like both. You're both your mom and dad like me, right?
Yeah.
I never feel that they don't. Like, I always feel very uncomfortable.
I probably like you more than me.
No. Ooh, this was one that we got so much in the assumptions. Well, that I got in the assumptions, and I didn't actually end up answering it because I thought it would be better to be in that video. So Lara Harper said, "Who is the strict parent?"
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Oh, it's a complicated answer though.
Just go with the gut.
There is no gut, because it's different for both, for different situations.
No, 100%. It's very different.
I think I know what people assume.
What do people assume?
Me. You tried to keep it so like, intriguing.
Intriguing. What, guys? Do you not think I'm strict?
But you are though.
I am though.
In a different way. Okay, I will say this. Mom loses her cool more often. Like mom, I think just kind of like loses it more and like shouts more.
And then the kids kind of like,
and they get used to it. So they're like, okay, yeah, she's just losing it again. It's fine.
If Dad gets cross.
If he does, they're all like,
oh
jeez,
we've gone too far.
We're all dead.
It takes a lot.
It does, but when Jonathan loses it, in fact, sometimes they laugh because they just don't even know what to do. It's like, what's happening? But I think
it's like, well, I was talking about this to someone else, and we were like, the difference kind of difference between moms and dads, boys and girls, is that like, if you had the 4 kids, right, you'd want like the playroom to be perfect, them to be perfect, perfectly dressed, perfectly sitting there, perfectly, and then I would be more like, just let them make a mess, it'll be fine.
You just are better at looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to let myself be upset. I'm going to let the children be children, and then later on, I'm like, and then you're like, I saw your Insta story. Alessia had snot all over her nose. Her clothes were a mess. And I'm like...
She wasn't wearing her bow.
I'm like, I didn't even notice.
But I think... So I personally think that for things like manners...
you're better at that.
Eating certain foods, I don't know, just like...
you care more about their...
And manners is a big one to me. Like saying please and thank you, all of that. Then I am definitely... For like day-to-day, like little things, I'm... stricter, but for like overall, like if I don't know how to explain that, but like I feel like I will let them get away with some, like sometimes, you know, when you're like, okay, we really need to get them to bed, and then I'm delaying because I'm like having fun with them.
When it comes to the morning routine with getting to school and the bedtime routine,
I'm generally the same, but sometimes Jonathan will step in and be like, no, you guys, like you need to be in bed at this time, or you need to do this.
Will say at dinner time, right, if they're being messing or annoying, she's like, that's it, no pudding, right?
Exactly.
Nah, she's gonna give him pudding. If I say there's no pudding,
he means it.
That is it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you say to me, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's
like my weak
Hold
spot.
on, let me just turn off emotion.
Yeah, he is way more clinical in a lot of ways than I am. Like he doesn't mind bringing babies for vaccinations because he just like switches off, whereas I will have to like try not to cry. Do you know what I mean? It's just different, but I think we balance it out.
Yeah, no,
I think the one really big thing though is to always be on the same page.
Yeah, we're mostly on the same page.
We are.
Sometimes we accidentally turn the page and then the other person's like, oh crap, are you on page 10? I was still on that page.
Generally speaking, we are like, okay, if one of us says it and the other's like, oh no, it's fine.
Our big picture ideas of how to raise our children are the exact same.
Katie Brooke 00 said, has putting your life on the internet had an impact on your relationship?
Has it?
Should we answer in the 1, 2, 3?
Oh jeez. Oh well, I didn't. No one's ever asked me that question before, so I have to think
I know what I would say.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
No.
I know for certainty, no.
No, because I think before, let's say, we were together about 3 or 4 years, right? Before YouTube, right?
Was it 3 years?
I think so.
Yeah,
something like that, right?
Yeah.
And when in that time, we had the same aspirations and dreams and what we wanted to do with our lives, and they were so aligned that when we joined YouTube and we started like making these videos and doing YouTube professionally, they were still aligned. And I feel that, like, if anything, because we have succeeded and done well in this space, it has allowed us to pursue things that we might not have been able to pursue.
Yeah.
You know, and that has allowed us to be influenced our relationship, but in a positive way. You know,
I think
I don't think it's put pressure on us. I see a lot of like YouTube couples who end up breaking up and they put a lot of pressure. I think that, like, because our relationship supersedes.
That's what I was gonna say.
People's
I think we
knowledge.
were established before we started this YouTube journey, and that makes us lucky in the sense that we
moved in together in the UK. Do you remember that? Like when we first moved to university, and that
no one was judging that or like watching that, and I think that's probably a good thing.
So for us to learn about each other, because when you first start a relationship, you have to learn. Can we be together? Okay, can we live together? And then there's the growing pains, and
people could put the seed of doubt.
And by the time
and everything, but
that happened,
we were already established. We were already together. I already knew why I loved him.
There's nothing really anyone can say.
Yeah, no.
That could make me less love you or something.
Or like affect your opinion of me. Yeah, because it's already so established. I think it was already so ingrained that now it's just like, it's one of those things that just never really, like, people can say nasty things or like throw out insults, but when it comes to our relationship, that just never, that wall just never gets broken.
It just clicked from that first day I met you. It still feels the same way.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like sometimes, like, I don't know, I don't want to get emotional. But like, just because like we've moved to like a bigger house and like everything's technically going better, but sometimes I do miss like
I know what you mean.
We didn't have anything and it was just the two of us.
Just the two of us in our little one
like,
bed, crappy, and we had like crappy food and a stupid little film, and it was just you and me and maybe a dog.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
we go on our little walks in the car. But there was just life has gotten so complicated.
There was no staff.
Yeah, it was just so busy, and there's never a moment to just stop, and it's so hard to, you have to like manufacture that moment, and we try with a date night, and then it failed this week because Andrea was teething, and then that just made a mess of everything, and it's like we missed that. But our date nights are like a tiny glimpse into our past of feeling for a moment
and obviously
what it was like.
Exactly, and obviously I love Jonathan and I love our children that we created together more than anything, but like sometimes I do feel like because we have so many kids and so many dogs and this big business and everything, it's like our days are so jam-packed full, but sometimes there's not enough time to spend together. And so,
well, I have learned to have breakfast with you in the morning. That makes you happy, so I do that. I do that for you.
I just miss you during the day.
Jeez. Thanks.
I do.
Ah, damn, don't be. I'm being clinical.
You're my best friend.
Oh, you're my best friend.
I don't care about anything else.
I know.
I don't care about money.
I know, but
or like
someone has to. I'd rather not care about those things, but it's a lot of responsibility.
I know.
You know, life was simpler back in the day. I think once Andrea grows up a little bit, I think we'll have more time, you know, when you're not breastfeeding all the time. Like every time I suggest, hey, let's go to Bill's or Wagamama's or something like that, and you're like, I gotta put Andrea to bed for 7.
I don't know, I just feel really lonely. And like, we used to do everything together.
We still do loads together.
I know, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like with the first 2 kids we did, but then with Alessia and Andrea, you're just not as available anymore.
You're such an idiot.
I'm not.
You are. You are. This is like relationship counseling.
I don't like anybody else the same.
I know that, but I do try and be available.
Literally everybody else is a disappointment except for you.
Oh. I'll try better. No more dogs, no more kids. Okay, just you and me. It will get better. I'm the one always suggesting we do things together.
I know, but then we can't.
And then you turn into mummy mode and be all like, exactly. I can't. And I'm like, they'll be fine, like, you know what I mean? We'll check back later and we'll see if this worked out, okay? Alright, I'll spend more time with you. It's Friday anyway.
Yeah, I know.
You get to watch 1 hour of television together.
That's the thing. It's just not enough.
You get up at 5 o'clock every morning.
No, I don't, not at the weekends. That's why we do Friday and Saturday nights.
True, true.
But that's it.
But I feel like that sometimes too since we moved to this house.
It's because the house is so big, I think.
It's a crazy thing. But it is. It's like we've spent like the last
And I know
8
what
years.
people are going to say. I know people are going to be like, oh, first world problems and stuff. But it's
our world problems.
You don't realize it though. Like,
yeah.
We've gotten from like having absolutely nothing. And sometimes I feel like, it's not that I was happier then. Because I actually wasn't. Because I was dealing with other stuff. But I'm saying that things were simpler.
They were simpler.
Like things are simpler when you have less.
Yeah.
And
it is. I know it's more money, more problems. I know it's a stupid thing, like, but
it's not even the money thing though. It's like more kids,
it's
more
the kids.
dogs,
It's
more
our
everything.
business is huge. You know what I mean? But then I worry about the future and pensions and mortgages and investments and strategies and children and school fees.
Everything just gets more complicated. And sometimes you're just like,
things get lost, and I guess
I didn't have any responsibility.
Yeah.
Or like.
Yeah. But that's why the idea of the date nights, mate. You got to get them back. Yeah.
I'm still breastfeeding.
I know. That's what I mean. Get over that, right? Squirt out enough for the next few months.
It's not that easy.
I know. But then we're gonna be back.
Anyway.
You're gonna be. Wait. You are gonna be so. You just wait. Wait till you see this space. When that day, I'll go and I'll just put Andrea to bed, and I'll just put him to bed, and then I'll come downstairs, and you'll be just in like.
No, that only happened with Alessia and Eduardo. That didn't happen with Amelia, and I feel the same way with Andrea as I did.
I don't know. We'll see, and then it'll be over. That's it, over forever, and you'll be all like, oh. We'll see. We'll see.
I'm not emotional.
Just edit out that whole chunk in the middle. Everything's fine.
Dull07 said, how do you manage when one of you loses the patience with the children?
Well,
I think that's really funny.
Well, let's call it, when Anna loses patience with the children.
No, because I have a few things to say about it.
That was a bone cracking. Did you hear that? That's my dodgy knee.
I'll answer first because you're obviously otherwise engaged. Right. When Jonathan loses it, I start laughing.
You do.
I just think it's the funniest thing, and it's so bad because it makes it so much worse.
And then your little band of merry men jump on your little game, and you're all laughing away.
I find it so funny because it barely ever happens. Honestly, I can pinpoint like the last time that it happened, and it was like the day after we moved, and we were trying to do the school run, and Jonathan completely lost it because he never does, and I think I laugh because I'm so relieved that it's not me for a change that's losing it, and I just start laughing.
And then all your little friends are laughing as well.
And then the kids start laughing, but initially when the kids see it, they're just like, they don't know how to react. But yeah, I always think it's funny just because, and I know that's mean, I shouldn't laugh, but other than that, like I do try when you start to lose it, I try and like manage the situation, like trying to do things, I don't know, I try and like do things that will help to like alleviate your stress, but I'll do them very silently. Like when you're like, where the hell is a spoon? I'll be like, we're gonna go get a spoon. And then he'll get one and I'll be like, I won't even say anything, I'll just like hand it to you. You know, I'll like try not to aggravate the situation at all, but like try and assess quietly, you know, what can I do to make this better? Which is really interesting because I can never do that when I've lost it. So how do you think you react when I lose my patience? What's your like strategy?
You don't just lose it, there's a few levels of losing it. You're quite a complex loser. So there's like, if it's like one of the like, you know, the one that happens every few hours.
What are you doing down there?
If it's the one that happens like, you know, the average daily one, right? Or the one every few hours, I'm just kind of like, don't engage, okay? Don't look at her, don't talk to her, just pretend she doesn't exist. And sometimes I'll like talk to the kids and make them laugh and just carry on. Just pretend it's not happening. That's one option. Second option is to run and hide because it's terrifying. Maybe start.
But then you get the whole like, stop ignoring me.
I know. It's trying to figure that one out, and then I'm trying like, okay, well, I'll try and like. I'll break down what's upsetting you.
Yeah, you're really good at doing that.
Yeah, and then you realize
the worst thing you could possibly do, which you have done a few times and it's resulted in me breaking a chair, is where you've like provoked me.
That's because you draw me into that.
That's bad.
Provocation.
That is the worst, because that makes that's where how
because you like
broken.
Say something to me. Say something to me. Say something to me, and I'm just like ignore it, and then and then you're just like waiting. You're just like. And then you're like, Rrr! And I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, yeah, you are actually. You're like, oh, am I? Right. This you. You know, that's what happens.
Just to be clear, I didn't throw the chair at him. I just threw the chair.
You tried to, but you couldn't get it very far.
It broke.
And we both I felt sorry for you because I was like, you know what's gonna happen? She's gonna calm down. She's gonna regret breaking her chair. So I ordered you one. You feeling sorry for yourself in the bed, ordered yourself one. The next day, 2 chairs arrived.
But I thought that was really nice that Jonathan bought me one.
I know, because I knew you just.
And he even got the serial number from the back.
Yeah, I picked up the pieces off the ground and took a picture of it.
The main thing is that through it all, at the end of the day, you still have love for each other. Yeah. I think that's, and never go to bed on a fight.
No.
That's number 1 advice.
Yeah.
Not that you asked for advice, but I'm just giving it out there in case you want.
So
that was an emotional roller coaster.
It was.
Didn't expect that.
Didn't either, up here on your floor.
But thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed our annual Q&A.
Should do one next year.
Yeah. And subscribe to our family channel, which is run by Jonathan.
Oh, thank you.
I will leave the link down below, which I always do.
We are trying our hardest to get to 2 millies.
I'm looking at this birds outside.
We're at 1.921 or something like that, so...
Yeah, so subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my blog for pictures of this outfit if you're interested. But the pictures are all taken by him.
Oh yeah.
So there's that.
So that technically is my blog then.
Exactly.
My photo blog.
Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe for more. I upload Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. And we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.